Hi, Dr. S. This is Amy Walters, and I wanted to let you know that I enjoyed doing this project. If I had to do it over again, I'm not real sure I'd do anything different. I really enjoyed being able to talk about the paralegals and the benefits that they can bring to the legal field, and that paralegals they're overlooked and they're underutilized. That by having a paralegal in the law office, the attorney can depend on somebody who understands the law and who has been through the training. And I felt like with this project, I was able to convey that, and I was able to let others know that a paralegal is there to help. Now, granted, they're not an attorney, they can't give legal advice, but at the same time, they do know what the case is about, and they're a friendly face that a client can come to and talk to when the attorney is unavailable. One of the course outcomes that I felt like was reached is I'm able to prepare memos and letters in a more business-like format now. Before, I was a little confused about that. I wasn't real sure on how to prepare those. I was always a little skeptical on whether or not I had done them right, and I felt like this course really helped me prepare and get a better grasp on how to do that. On my institutional outcomes, I felt relational learning was one of them, because we had to use the information that we found and relate it back to the subject that we were talking about. I wrote a paper about paralegals, and I felt within that paper I was able to provide enough information that the person that would be reading it understood what I was trying to get at. And I think it goes hand in hand with information literacy and communication. As long as you know your audience and you know how to write for them, you're going to do good. It's when you try to use words that they don't understand, or you try to talk to them like they're a kid, that you lose the audience. And I felt like I didn't so much do that. At least I hope I didn't. I felt like I used words that everybody could understand, and I was clear and concise in what I wrote. When it comes to dependability in the workplace, I feel like dependability is a huge factor. When you are writing a paper for your employer, you want them to know that they can depend on you. And that's what your employer wants too. They want to know that if they say, send an email to the president or CEO of a company, that you're going to know how to write that letter, and that you're going to know how to talk to that person. And if they say, send an email to the technician over at the lab, that you know what needs to be in that email, and you know what needs to be said, and you're talking to them on their level and not above them or below them. The second outcome that I picked was tolerance. When you're working someplace, you're going to run into people whose personalities just don't quite mesh with yours. But some of the best work comes from people who don't have the same personality. It's the people who can look at a problem from two different sides and come up with a solution that works for both parties. That's the best way to do it. And I believe that if a person learns tolerance, that it's a huge factor, and it'll help them succeed in whatever career that they intend to go into. Well, that is my reflection. I really enjoyed this class, and thank you so much.